Hello, I'm Bunbury.
I'm Breadmower, and this is IFXtra.
So, how's everyone this week? Are you okay? If you had a good Halloween and like bonfire night if you're in the UK? That was last night. So, it's quite fun in the winter. Things to do in the dark.
Yeah.
Go out trick or treating or dressing up or setting off fireworks.
Just as a total tangent on that, I have an appropriate shirt today, it's okay. We watched V for Vendetta for the first time. It was last week now, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Talking about like Guy Fawkes night. So yeah, it's very
really
cool.
Good, yeah.
Anyway, I digress.
So, what have you been doing this week then?
Well, this week I've been sort of working towards this project thing that I got going on that will hopefully get us some money, so we can do more stuff, and that's been sucking up a lot of my time. But aside from that, there's been a bit of a discussion on the Interference channel on Discord, where a few people kind of said like they felt that the spurned queue on the game, which is where if a lot of people skip an item, it gets marked as spurned because no one likes it, and that seemed like a good name at the time. And it kind of goes into like a collection of hard items to draw. A few people were saying the stuff seems to be in there for a long time. Like they were skipping stuff and it kept coming back and back and back. And so I ran some numbers on all of this, and I hadn't been keeping an eye on it, to be fair. It's kind of my fault. And stuff was getting stuck in there for quite a long time. And I think we need to try some experiments to try and sort this out. So the thing I'm thinking first, I mean, it might be that there's other ways we can deal with this, but what seems most obvious is, at the minute, if a game's going along and then an item gets skipped a lot, so it's to do with a trigger of how many people have skipped it, how many times it's been skipped, how long it's been waiting for, it gets marked as spurned, so it goes into this hard queue. So if people are feeling confident, they can choose these to help get them going again. What I want to do is add a second stage to that. So if it's in the spurned queue, if it's marked as hard for a certain period of time, or enough people keep skipping it, etc., I think we need to look at potentially marking that one as no one wants to do this, and taking the game back a step.
So you don't ban everything that's been done.
No.
Just that particular difficult bit.
Just that one. Go. No one is confident enough to draw this, because it's always a description. A drawing, generally, even if you don't know what it is, you can describe some parts of it. So drawings don't get stuck. It's always descriptions. So basically, if a description was just lingering around and wasn't moving at all, we'd sort of mark it as no one was able to draw this. Take the game back a step, so it go to the previous drawing, and then that would go back into the regular queue. So someone else would see the picture, put in a different description, and then the whole thing would move along. Now, I've done a very small experiment on this with I think it was like 2 or 3. I think it was 3 games. Might have been 4. Anyway, not many. And there were some games that had actually been stuck in there for like 2 weeks, because I hadn't been paying attention. So I took them back a step, and they then finished pretty much immediately, because it was just people were stuck on that one. So we're going to try this. I don't like getting rid of things that people have done.
No.
If it was drawings, I'd be very reluctant to ever get rid of a drawing that someone had put time into. I mean, obviously we get rid of the troll stuff and things like that, but if someone's had a fair attempt at drawing something, I don't like getting rid of those. But descriptions are less of a time investment.
Yeah, true.
The other thing is they remain in the system, so we can see them, or the game can see them, but they're just not visible to everyone. So what I might also do is pop a message somewhere if that's happened to one of your descriptions, just so you know what's going on. So, like if you've been taking part in the monthly challenges that Ferret sets, you might know that we review all of the challenge entries manually just to check that they actually fit with what you've been asked to do. And while your item is waiting for review, you get a little message, you get a comment on that game that only you can see, saying along the lines of, yeah, we got your thing, we just haven't reviewed it yet, bear with us. So it'd probably be something like that. So, cool. Hey, we know that you described whatever it was you put, but a lot of people skipped it. We can even put the numbers in here, you know, we can say like 50 people skipped it, and it looked like it wasn't going to be drawn, so we had to remove it. Really sorry about that, but it might have just been a bit too hard. So, you know, you'd know what happens. Anyway, this isn't in quite yet, because I haven't actually had time to do the system for it, but that might go in the next few days.
Cool.
That's reminded me of one other thing, which is, so the month ended last week. Monthly challenges. We had the secret cat challenge,
I know that challenge. It's great.
Which was awesome. I mean, we've seen some of the some of the entries. You might have seen them as you're scrolling through games as well. Ferret had wisdom tooth surgery last week, so has been sort of recovering from that. So it's likely that the next challenge, this month's challenge, will be running a bit late. So don't panic. It's a when it's done thing.
We could just have 2 months of cats.
Suppose we could. I mean, having said that, I have seen some comments, a few people, I remember Josie was one of them, and a few others, saying, this was amazing. You should totally do this again. In fact, I think it was Josie said, it would be quite cool if there were kind of ongoing challenges, so like a monthly challenge which is different all the time, but other ones that you could pick and choose from. That is the eventual plan, and I do love the idea of something like Secret Cat or whatever being a permanent one you can choose from. But some of them are very cool, and so you know, just hold on for when Ferret picks a winners and things, because you'll be impressed. They're awesome. One other thing as well. Sorry, I'm like Columbo. One more thing. A lot of digressions here, but it's okay because I've got my lovely I Digress t-shirt on. I mean, just saying, it's November now, so it's like, you know,
Christmas shopping time.
Christmas next month, or, you know, Thanksgiving or whatever. I mean, or, you know, it's a day. Like, days happen, and we're all together drawing stuff, and that's cool. If you would like to get someone a Christmas present or Thanksgiving present, or just treat yourself, why not?
Totally unique.
We do have a store, playinterference.com/merch. That'll take you to the appropriate store, North America or Europe. And you can get cool shirts like this or various other interference memes. Or if you're in the game and you see a drawing you like, there's a get this on a shirt option, and we can try and stick it on a shirt for you.
Even your own drawing.
So we get people sometimes drawing something cool, and then they do like get a shirt. I mean, I say get a shirt, doesn't have to be a shirt. I know 9% got a set of cushions with one of their drawings on.
Cool.
So stickers and things as well.
Dog bandanas.
Dog bandanas.
Hats.
Yeah.
Mugs, cups.
Mouse mats. Anyway, you know, if you're looking for an individual present for someone, just saying.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Now it's time to go and see who won this week's awards. Picture of the week this week is from See You Around, and it is Chris from Deltarune. I just love how they've managed to do a pixel drawing with our tools. That's brilliant. It looks really effective. Well done, See You Around.
My favourite description this week was Giant Black Cat Blocks Your View of a Beautiful Sunset by The Toast Monster. Now, I like this because it's a cat sat there and there's a sunset, but Toast Monster has interpreted this in the most cat way possible. I know whenever I'm trying to look at something out of the window, one of ours will just wander straight in my view and stand there blocking it, so seems legit. Nice work, The Toast Monster.
Community pick of the week this week goes to Heraclium for Person Climbing a Snowy Mountain. That's a really good picture of a mountain near. Wait a minute, that's not a mountain, that's a cat. Well done, Heraclium. They were amazing.
Awesome stuff there, as always.
Now we're going to see what we were talking about last week in the forums. So last week I said to you, it's Halloween this weekend, which it was. What's the scariest film or story you've ever seen or heard? I remember when we watched Paranormal Activity for the first time, not that long ago. I thought that was quite scary.
Yeah.
It got a bit silly at the end, but, you know,
yeah,
to start with, that was
the thing
scary.
about Paranormal Activity is by the time we'd watched it, it'd been so hyped. It was almost a bit anticlimactic for me. But I think
psychological, wasn't it?
I think if I'd seen it at the time, it would have been, because, you know, no one knew. It was like almost a new genre. It was, almost. Really. I mean, that's reminded me of the time when I and a few friends went to see the not remake, what's the word? Remaster of The Exorcist.
I've never seen that yet.
At the cinema. And I mean, at the time, like, you know, people were like
losing their mind.
It's pretty tame, really. But like different sensitivity. You know, we're used to this kind of stuff now. I mean, it's an all right film.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think I probably preferred the Leslie Nielsen parody of it, Repossessed. But yeah. Anyway, so that was it was interesting though. So a few people have mentioned films here. Yeah. Now, what I've done on our notes here is I've cut out the plots, just in case people want to go and watch these.
Okay. Well, Dikesh says Pan's Labyrinth. That movie haunted me for years. I only watched it because it was wrongly advertised on the streaming platform. I honestly don't recommend it, although in itself it's a good movie. Have you seen Pan's Labyrinth?
No. I've seen clips of it. Okay. I mean, I know that I've seen the clip that they always show. There's like some sort of creature with eyes on its hands.
Okay.
Mary Cricket saying, haven't seen a lot of scary movies, so going to agree with Dikesh, Pan's Labyrinth. My parents were watching it when I was little. I snuck downstairs and watched it through the living room French doors. Can't say it gave me nightmares, though. Don't seem to be affected by horror movies like that. The movie that gave me the most nightmares was the children's movie Robots, which I didn't find scary at all.
Oh, weird.
So I thought, I thought that was an interesting concept, because sometimes the things that inspire nightmares for you aren't actually scary themselves, but some element of it gets into your dream, and it's it's weird.
Joe said Carrie. I remember Carrie.
I've never seen that. I mean, I kind of know of it, but
yeah. Good. And Spacey said Squid Games. Of course, that's disturbing. Rather than scary, maybe.
I mean, that's very
tense.
recent and topical, isn't it? We finished watching that last week. It's very good, although it's gruesome isn't the right word, and violent isn't the right word, but, you know, it's a bit...
Both of those things.
it's kind of a bit of both of them. It was very good, though. Won't do any spoilers for that, obviously. Okay. But yes, definitely worth watching if you... if you're into... Well, I was going to say things like Danganronpa or Zero Escape, but those are both gaming references. I don't know what
Hunger Games, someone said, didn't they? A bit like Hunger Games. I don't know, I've never seen that.
Anyway, this is good.
That's different. Rainy says, I do not get scared easily by movies, but I can be disturbed. It's not from what others usually frightened by. A Clockwork Orange. That is meant to be disturbing. I don't even know if that's still banned. Not allowed on TV, is it?
Yeah, the people used to describe that as like ultra violence or something. I've never seen A Clockwork Orange. I mean, again, I know kind of the summary of it. I've cut out some of the plot from that. But that's a bit like me. I don't tend to find films like scary, you know, and like, because a lot of film, I mean, like Paranormal Activity,
The Invisible Man,
a lot of it was kind of jump scares.
Yeah, I guess so.
But like, you know, psychologically scary stuff, disturbing stuff.
It sets you up and you're just waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, but like the Raina saying about Clockwork Orange, I mean, that's kind of disturbing because it's like, it's unpleasant.
I'd like to see that.
I tell you, just going off on a quick tangent on that before we say the other two here. Films that are disturbing, like, but not necessarily scary. I tell you what that's just reminded me of is Joker, which I saw last year or something maybe. And a bit like Dikesh said, Dikesh said, I don't recommend it, though it's a good film. I do recommend it. It's just, I didn't enjoy watching it, but it was very good. But it's basically, you're watching someone slowly break, and it's quite unpleasant to watch. And I think people who liked it, liked it, were missing the point. But yeah, it was very unpleasant to watch. It was excellent, and I'd recommend it. But it's basically watching someone slowly unravel. It's not fun. Canabita said, when I was a kid, I watched The Portrait of Dorian Gray, a movie from 1945.
That's wild,
Now, and again, I've cut some plot points out of that, but I've not seen that one of it. I've read because it's a short story, isn't it? I think
it's a novel. It's only
novella or something. I've read it, but I've never seen the film of it. But it sounds something the way that Canabita described that. It sounded like a very clever thing to do in it. That was quite cool. Also, 9% said about a film called Jacob's Ladder, which was quite recently in the 90s.
I don't know about that. What's it about?
It's about a sort of a soldier, and it's to do with PTSD. And I've cut the plot out of there because it sounded particularly interesting. But again, it sounds like it's one of these things that's maybe, it kind of makes you think about something, and that is, a little bit scary in itself. A disturbing thought. But that sounded quite interesting.
Let's look out for that.
There you go.
Okay, there's lots more on there if you want to read that in the forums, but now we're going to see what we'll be talking about next week in the forums. It's November, time for a new game. Let's play Would You Rather. I will start, then you answer, and add a new one for the next person. Would you rather trees screamed occasionally for no reason, or spiders were big enough and smart enough to open doors?
If you'd like to chime in with that, just head over to the general discussion forum. It's the pinned thread for the week, so you'll find it at the top of the thread list. And don't forget, tomorrow night's quiz night. So, Zeitgeist, 5 rounds, 5 different topics. If you haven't seen this before, every Sunday night at 7 p.m. UK time, over on twitch.tv/interference, we run Zeitgeist, the interference quiz of the week. It's a live interactive quiz stream where you play along against the rest of the audience, competing for points and places on the leaderboard. Quite exciting last week. What happened? Darth won with 226, but Goose was just behind with 225. There's 1 point in it. And then Kanamba and Blue Jay and Cactus were all third. We got 220. Yeah, 3-way tie for third place there. Really tight. Okay, so Sundays is the quiz where we have 5 rounds of 5 questions each. Each round's based on one of the week's drawings from Interference. So who have you picked as your featured artist this week? Well, this week my artists are Maga Kagua, Dakesh, Cactus, Fractal, and Anvil. Change around there, yeah? All right. Well, we won't know what the actual drawings are, and hence what the rounds are until Sunday. So you'll have to join us then to find out what happens. And on Thursdays we do Zeitgeist 20 questions on one topic. And this week it was quite fun. We had guess the lyric or complete the lyric, didn't we? So it was like you gave us part of a song, and then we had to do the next word or next few words. Yeah, that was really fun actually. Yeah. We had 20 amazing songs, and Darth made a playlist. Oh, yes, that's a good point. So if you're on Discord, playinterference.com/Discord, if you check the stream chat channel, there's a link to a Spotify playlist in there where you can listen to all 20 of the songs. They're brilliant. Very cool. Thank you very much for that, Darth. Much appreciated. That was great. So Grinning Goose won that one with 175. Ginger Jay was second with 172, and Gorage was third with 171. Pretty cool. Musical Goose on the top there. Absolutely. But really, well. Pretty close. Yeah, I mean, 3 bonus points in it between first and second, and then just 1 point in it between second and third. That's right. Very tight. Okay. So this week on Zeitgeist 20, we've got a very special topic indeed. Oh, what's that? It's the films of Kenneth Branagh. I see. I think everyone should know about the films of Kenneth Branagh. I feel like regular quiz players, I feel like this is something we've probably learned a lot about. You must have done over the years, I'm sure you know. Yes. Everything about the films of Kenneth Branagh. We'll bring it all together into one little topic. Is this practice for you potentially applying for Mastermind? Yes, I need the practice. So yeah. You guys going to help. A few people have suggested Bunnery does Mastermind with films of Kenneth Branagh as her specialist subject. So, okay, I will try and make a reply after this. Okay, so films of Kenneth Branagh then. Okay, that'll be interesting because I guess that can go a few ways. Like films he's been in, but also films he's directed. Absolutely. Okay.
So many.
Cool. And I will presumably show myself up by the fact that I've probably been exposed to a lot of this stuff and have forgotten it. So, yeah.
And, you know, Kenneth himself might be here for that.
Well, of course. Yes. Yes, that makes sense.
Yep.
Anyway, if you'd like to join us for that, that'll be Thursday, 7 p.m. UK over on twitch.tv/interference.
Okay, that's about all for now. So just go to save.
Yeah, if you're not already taking part in the game, then get involved. You can play along on the web for free at playinterference.com or download the app from your app store for iPhone, Windows, and Android. Just search for Interference in store. You can also get social with us. We're on Twitter at PlayIFX. We're on Facebook at PlayInterference. And we've got a Patreon page, patreon.com/interference. If you want to give us a bit of monthly support for working on the app to keep adding new things to that and to the web version of the game. Got some cool features that we want to get built in, but we just kind of like the resources at the minute. So any support you give us really does help. You get access to the cool supporter features in the game, things like replays, the fancier invite system. And if you're a quiz player, you get a custom entrance shout out from Ava on the quiz.
That's always fun. Okay, that's it for now. So we'll see you again next Saturday.
Yep, have a great week. We'll see you next Saturday.
Bye.
Bye.